Welcome. In this video I will give an introduction to the VPin Mania services, what they are, what you can do with them, and how you can link your cabinet to them in order to register your high scores and compare them with those of your friends. So let's start with the registration. As you can see, the website offers a regular registration dialog. Login with Discord and login with Google. If these options differ later on the website, don't be confused, because this is a development snapshot I am showing you, and it may differ in the future, but I will try to stick to the core principles of the services. So yeah. So I already have registered a user, so we can skip that. I log in with my account. And as you can see, once we logged in, we start with the updates section, which contains high scores that have been submitted by players and gives you an idea what people are currently playing and what scores they achieved. Let's head over to the user preferences, and here we open the settings. And here you find the API key, which you can use to link your cabinet to the VPin Mania services. So let's do that first. I copy the API key, head over to the studio, and here you see the VPin Mania button that tells you, okay, yes, your cabinet has not been registered yet. So we start with registering the cabinet, entering our API key here, and what you can do in addition is to configure privacy settings and the player you want to register. So you not only register your cabinet, you register also the players that you've been configured here in the player section on the left. Yeah, so basically you can have multiple cabinets with multiple players on VPin Mania. So let's start the registration, and as you can see, once the registration is successful, all your high scores will be synchronized to VPin Mania. That means that you can synchronize at any time all your high scores, or also from single tables, to VPin Mania, and yeah, can check on the websites what these are. Once the synchronization is completed, you will be seeing the actual preferences, where you can unregister your cabinet again or configure the data privacy settings, and for the cabinet and also for the users. Okay, so let's head back to the website. The other settings are pretty self-explanatory. The email preferences might change in the future if more features are coming, and you can of course delete your account and all your data if you want to, and yeah, that's basically it. Next comes the table section. Here you will get an overview about all available virtual pinball spreadsheet tables. So we are taking the data from the VP spreadsheet website here to show this list, and show in addition how often this table has been scored by the registered players and how often the table has been played. You can click on it and go into the detail view. Can you see all features of the table, can select the different versions and see the related scores. Also, one new feature regarding in comparison to the old site is that you can also show the installed tables now. You can see these on the green badge on every wheel icon, and also you see this new Add Scoreboard button. I'll come back to that later. Next we have the player rankings, are pretty self-explanatory. You get an overview about all players from all cabinets, and the number of first, second and third scores, which gives the total rank in points and therefore the player rank. It's more for fun, so don't take this too seriously. Yeah, it's just for fun. And if you want, you can talk to the chat box to see where your players are, and yeah, that's basically it. The My Cabinet section contains the metadata, and not only the metadata, but the actual data from your cabinet. So when it has been registered, how many tables you have installed and synchronized, details about your player, which you can delete here. Note that this will only delete the player on VPin Mania, not on your cabinet, so don't hesitate to delete that one. You can re-register the player anytime again. Some additional statistics, and of course all the scores that the player created. So you can toggle, I don't know, there's some dummy user here who has no scores obviously, and some scores from my development setup that have been synchronized. Yeah, that's it. And you can also delete them if for some reason you submitted them by accident. For example, this looks like a score that should be filtered. So from time to time, some people who voluntarily check the scorings put these scores to the ignore list. For example, this would be a candidate, and then the next time it is not synchronized and won't be shown here. All right. With the friend section, you can connect to other players. This is a feature that has been previously integrated into the VPin Studio and now has been moved to the website. So you can add a friend here, and for example, if I search for my email address, I get an error, but hold on a second. This is all demo data. You see some random account which you can select and send an invite. Then an invite email goes out to the other user. As you can see, the status is pending, and once the other user accepted the invite, it will be shown as accepted, and you can revoke the invite anytime. And yeah, can manage friends this way. So finally, we come to the scoreboards. Scoreboards can be used to compete with friends, and they give you an overview about the different high scores on different tables which you compete with your friends. So let's just start and create one. And for that, I click the Create Scoreboard button. I give it a name, my scoreboard. And you can select from different scoreboard variants. For example, you can show all global high scores for the selected tables, only those from your players and the ones of your friends, or global player and friends. Let's just stick to the third one. You can also configure the colors, doesn't matter here right now, and we create it. So now that we have created a new scoreboard, we have to add tables to it, and here we head back to the table section. And we can just add the top 5 tables, so that we have at least a few on the dashboard. And I need to make sure that for this showing this demo, I want to make sure that of course there is a table I have an actual score on. So let's head to my cabinet. Okay, airport, Tyson. Okay, let's search airport. And then Tyson. And you can also add it to the scoreboard here. And now we can head back to the scoreboard section, expand it, and you get an overview about all the lists that are available, or the tables that are available for the scoreboard, and can finally open it. So here you get an overview about the top scores and your scores. For example, here we have the global list, and since I don't seem to have any score on the top 5 score tables, I've added airport because here at least I have 99 points. Hold on, I scroll a bit out because this looks better. And yeah, and as you can see, so even if you have a really low score, your high score will be displayed after the top 3, so that you get an idea where you are positioned in comparison to the other ones. Note that also the high scores from your friends will be shown here, so we can head back to the scoreboard, change it to players and friends. Press reload. And as you can see, because I have no friends, no other scores are shown here. And yeah, this gives you the option to render different type of scoreboards. I hope you like the feature so far. Feel free to drop additional comments on my Discord. This is a pretty basic setup. It might be extended in the future, but I think it's an easy and nice way if you want to compete with friends and have a overview. You can to see how your ranking is compared to that one of your friends. That's all. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.